Most people want to move forward. They want progress, growth, change, but nothing happens. Not because they don't try, but because they don't stop. They keep doing the same things, the same habits, the same patterns, the same decisions that are holding them back. And that's the problem, because moving forward is not just about doing more, it's about removing what's wrong, letting go of what's not working, stopping what's slowing you down. But most people don't do that. They add more effort, more pressure, more expectations without changing the foundation. And when the foundation stays the same, the results stay the same, no matter how hard you try. That's why it feels frustrating. You're putting in effort, but not seeing progress because something is still there, something you haven't removed, something you haven't stopped. And as long as it stays, you stay where you are. That's how it works, not through lack of effort, but through the wrong patterns, repeated every day, quietly, without awareness. So in this video, we're going to talk about 8 things, the ones you must stop doing if you actually want to move forward, because sometimes progress doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less of the wrong things. Most people think progress is about adding something new, new habits, new plans, new strategies, but they ignore something more important, what they need to remove. Because you can't move forward while holding on to things that keep you in place. Old habits, old thinking, old patterns, they stay quietly in the background, affecting everything you do. And as long as they stay, your progress stays limited. That's why some people try hard, but go nowhere. They are building on top of the wrong foundation, trying to improve without removing what's broken. And that doesn't work because progress is not just about effort, it's about direction, it's about alignment, it's about making sure what you're doing is actually helping you move forward, not holding you back. And the hardest part is, most of these things feel normal. They don't feel like problems. They feel like habits, like personality, like just the way you are. So you don't question them. You don't challenge them. You don't stop them. And that's why they stay, day after day, repeating, shaping your life without you realizing it. That's why awareness matters. Because once you see clearly what's holding you back, you can remove it. You can create space for change. You can actually move forward. So in the next part, we're going to break down these things, the ones you need to stop. If you want real progress, number 1, stop overthinking everything. You analyze too much. You wait for certainty, for clarity, for the perfect decision. But while you're thinking, you're not moving. You stay stuck, not because you can't act, but because you don't. And overthinking becomes delay. And delay kills progress. Number 2, stop waiting for motivation. You think you need to feel ready, inspired, driven before you start, but motivation is temporary. It comes and goes, and if you depend on it, you become inconsistent. You start, then stop, again and again, until nothing builds. Because progress doesn't come from feeling ready, it comes from acting anyway. Number 3, stop choosing comfort over growth. You take the easy path, the familiar option, the safe decision, because it feels better. But comfort keeps you in place. It removes challenge, it removes growth, and every time you choose comfort, you choose to stay the same without realizing it. Number 4, stop blaming everything outside of you. Your situation, your past, other people, it feels justified. It feels true. But every time you blame, you give away control. You tell yourself, there's nothing you can do. And when you believe that, you stop trying, you stop improving, you stop moving forward. Because responsibility is what creates change. Number 5, stop getting distracted all the time. You try to focus, but something always pulls you away. Your phone, notifications, random thoughts. And every time you switch, you lose momentum, you lose depth, you lose progress, because focus is required for anything meaningful. And without it, you stay stuck doing shallow work. Number 6, stop quitting when it gets hard. You start strong, motivated, focused. But the moment it gets difficult, you stop because it doesn't feel good anymore. So you quit. And every time you quit, you reset everything. You go back to the beginning, and over time, you never build anything lasting because progress requires persistence, not just a strong start. Number 7, stop comparing yourself to others. You look at their life, their success, their progress, and you feel behind. So instead of focusing on your path, you focus on theirs. You doubt yourself, you hesitate, you lose direction, and that comparison slows you down because your energy goes into thinking, not building. Number 8, stop ignoring what you already know. Deep down, you know what needs to change. You know what you should be doing. You feel it clearly, but you don't act because it's uncomfortable, because it requires effort, because it forces you to change. So you delay, you distract yourself, you avoid, but ignoring the truth doesn't remove it. It just keeps you in the same place. These things don't feel serious. They don't feel like they're holding you back. They feel normal. They feel like everyday behavior. But repeated daily, they define your direction. They control your progress. They shape your life, not in one moment, but slowly through patterns you never question. And that's why nothing changes until you decide to stop. And here's the truth. Moving forward is not just about doing more. It's about stopping what's holding you back. Because you can't build a new life on top of old patterns. You can't create progress while repeating the same mistakes. And that's what most people do. They try harder, push more, add more effort, but they never remove what's wrong. So nothing changes because the foundation stays the same. That's why awareness matters. Because the moment you see clearly what's slowing you down, you gain control. You can stop it. You can interrupt the pattern. You can choose differently. Not all at once, not perfectly, but consciously, and that's enough. Because progress doesn't come from one big decision. It comes from small ones, repeated every day. The choice to stop overthinking, the choice to stop delaying, the choice to stop avoiding and start acting. Because your life doesn't change when you want it to, it changes when you remove what's in the way. So if you feel stuck, don't ask what more you need to do. Ask what you need to stop. Because sometimes that's where real progress begins, not in doing more, but in doing less of what's holding you back, one decision at a time.